It's time now for WION Newsroom, and joining us Adya Janeta, who will break us down the big business stories shaping your money and economy. Miracha will give us all the updates from the world of technology, and Atira Sasidan will take us through all the action from the world of sports. We begin by going over to Adya for all the market updates. Over to you, Adya.
Well, thank you, Jyotsna. From the UK's labour market and Europe's climate challenge to China's growth strategy, here are the top global business stories making headlines today. Well, first up, Britain's labour market remained broadly stable ahead of the Bank of England's next interest rate decision. Official data showed payroll employment fell by just 4,000 in June, a smaller decline than economists had expected. Private sector wage growth also eased to its lowest level since 2020, reinforcing expectations that easing wage pressures could influence the central bank's policy outlook. Well, next up, rising temperatures are emerging as a major economic challenge for Europe, the world's fastest warming continent. Economists warn that more frequent and intense heat waves are reducing productivity, disrupting industries and creating health risks. With temperatures rising at nearly twice the global average, governments are expected to invest billions of euros in climate adaptation measures to protect economies and communities from the growing impact of extreme heat. And finally, China has pledged to achieve its full-year economic growth target after second quarter expansion slowed below the official goal. A State Council meeting chaired by Premier Li Qiang called for more efficient use of fiscal funds and faster policy implementation. Markets now expect Beijing to accelerate government spending and increase infrastructure investment to support growth in the months coming ahead. And that is it from business. Now for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Miraj.
Thank you, Adya. Now, India's market regulator, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, or SEBI, has fined the Central Depository Services India Limited, or CDSL, 1 crore rupees over cyber security and compliance failures linked to a 2022 malware attack. According to SEBI, CDSL failed to protect a critical internet-facing server, which became the entry point for the attack. Now, despite rules that require such systems to be secured, the regulator also found that CDSL failed to detect intrusions in real time, analyze security threats properly, and follow backup site procedures to restore operations. Moving on, New Jersey has banned the use of AI software by landlords to decide rents. Now, the softwares make recommendations using private data shared by competing property owners. Governor Mickey Sherrill said such tools allow landlords to coordinate rent prices, pushing housing costs higher, a practice that she described as collusion by algorithm. Now, the new Fair Act comes amid growing scrutiny of property management company RealPage, which faces antitrust lawsuits over allegations that its software helped landlords collude to drive up rents. As part of the Act, New Jersey's Attorney General's office will also launch an online portal allowing tenants to report suspected violations of the ban. And finally, Anthropic has won final court approval for a $1.5 billion settlement in a copyright infringement lawsuit filed by authors who claim that Anthropic had used pirated versions of copyrighted material for training its Claude AI models. Now, the lawsuit was billed as a landmark case that would have wider ramifications over use of copyrighted material by AI companies. The settlement is the largest copyright infringement payout ever in the US. The judge ruled that while use of copyrighted material to train AI is considered fair use under US copyright law, the storage of pirated books by Anthropic in a library was grounds for infringement. Now, of the 7 million books that Anthropic took and stored from shadow libraries, over 500,000 were found to have been pirated. Now, the payout translates into $3,000 per book. Some authors have opted out of the settlement and continue to pursue separate copyright lawsuits against the company. That's all we have for you from Tech. For sports, it's over to you, Athira.
Thank you so much, Miraj. Football dominates our segment today. Spain's World Cup winning squad has been given a hero's welcome after returning home. Nearly 2 million supporters turned out in Madrid to celebrate the new world champions. The 26 players and their coaching staff met their country's royals and the Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez after arriving in the Spanish capital a day after beating Argentina 1-0 in the final in New Jersey. The squad then boarded an open-top bus for a parade through the central Madrid. Players danced and chanted from an open-top bus that read King of the World and showed 2 large stars as they celebrated the country's second World Cup title on Monday along the Madrid streets. FIFA has opened an investigation into the violent scenes that took place after the World Cup final. After their 1-0 defeat on Sunday, some members of Argentina team and coaching staffs were involved in altercations with Spain players as the champions begin to celebrate. Leandro Paredes, Molina, Thiago Almeida and assistant coach Roberto Ayala were all seen among those involved in the fight. FIFA's disciplinary committee has now appointed a disciplinary and ethics prosecutors to review the incidents. Player or coaches found responsible could face suspensions, while the Argentine Football Association could also be fined. The world has likely seen Argentine legend Lionel Messi play at the World Cup for the last time. The 39-year-old has now shared an emotional message following Argentina's defeat in the final. In a post on social media, Messi said the pain is immense and it will take him some time to heal. At 39, Messi is unlikely to feature at the 2030 tournament, though he is yet to confirm his international future. Despite the heartbreak, Messi enjoyed an outstanding tournament, contributing 8 goals and 4 assists as Argentina reached the World Cup final in the third World Cup final in the last 4 editions. Messi has also the second final defeat in his career after Argentina's 1-0 loss to Germany in 2014. Well, with that, we've come to the end of this segment. It's back to you, Jyotsna.
Well, thank you so much, Atara, for all the sports updates, and Viraj for all the tech, and Nadia for all the business. All right, with that, we caught a wrap with this bulletin. News and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching WION The World is Fun. Do stay tuned.